The announcement of an international football team's new kit sponsor is rarely a newsworthy affair, rather a humdrum exercise in marketing rhetoric and brand spiel. Ostensibly, at least, that seemed to be the case in July 2018 when Puma revealed plans to manufacture the official livery of the Israel Football Association. Replacing a contract previously managed by Adidas, Zvika Schwimmer, CEO of Delta, who oversee the sportswear brand's license in Israel, spoke enthusiastically about their ambitions for the kit. The new concept of the uniform is a retro-inspired design of the legendary Israel national team from the World Cup Mexico in 1970. I'm sure that these uniforms will accompany the teams with success and pride in their games in Israel and throughout the world, he announced. Conjuring ticker-tape images of Pelé, Jairzinho, Rivellino and Tostão, a flying Gordon Banks and equally airborne Gerd Müller, Schwimmer claimed the very special kit harked back to a golden era for the national side. In fact, he was referencing a competition that saw the Israeli team appear in their first and only World Cup finals, where they met the Italian team ultimately routed by Brazil 4-1 in Mexico City. But the announcement was actually loaded with drama in the way it fed the enduring division that exists between Israel and Palestine and has been proved in the ensuing months. Because the sportswear brand are currently at the centre of a global #Boycott Puma movement, standing accused of sportswashing the alleged human rights abuses of the nation they sponsor. This initiative is being driven by the Boycott Divestment Sanctions Campaign, a Palestinian-led organisation standing for freedom, justice and equality. In an email to Puma signed by more than 200 Palestinian sports clubs following the announcement, they called for an end to the sponsorship deal, outlining why it has proved so contentious. BDS objections are founded upon the same territorial dispute which prompted wars between the nations in 1948 and 1967. After the second conflict, Israel began to establish Jewish civilian communities on occupied Palestinian land on the west bank of the River Jordan and Gaza on the Mediterranean coast, in violation of the Geneva Convention. The IFA sponsors football matches in illegal Israeli settlements in the West Bank, as exposed by Human Rights Watch and other human rights organizations. There are 6 Israeli football clubs located in Israel's settlements on stolen Palestinian land that Palestinians are not allowed to enter, stated BDS. Israel's settlements contribute to serious human rights abuses and are a direct cause for restrictions on Palestinian freedom of movement, access to natural resources, and ability to build homes and conduct business, they claimed. Now, the dispute has exposed further cracks in the relationship between the two countries, creating a de facto political football to be kicked around in tandem with their existing grievances. On a national stage, Palestine's football team have made great strides in the 2 decades since being granted official FIFA membership in 1998, successfully qualifying for the 2015 and 2019 Asian Cup. In February 2018, after a 12-match unbeaten run, they rose to an all-time high position of 73rd in the FIFA rankings, moving above Israel for the first time. In response, a spokesman for the IFA, who competes separately in European tournaments, commented, "We wish the Palestinians all the best, as always." A suggestion was also made that the two teams might one day play in a friendly match. "May the best team win," added the spokesman. But despite such cordial language, the reality on the ground for Palestinian footballers is radically different across this contested landscape. #Boycott Puma is supported by Abdelatif Badari, captain of the Palestinian men's national football team, who plays in Egypt, and Aya Katab, a defender for the women's team. In an interview with Tifo, 20-year-old Katab, who was part of the El Beret Institute team which finished runners-up in the 2018-19 season of the Palestinian Women's League, described the initiative's motivations. By sponsoring the IFA, Puma is sponsoring a tool of our oppression. The IFA includes teams in illegal Israeli settlements, which are land grabs at the heart of Israel's brutal military occupation that's been going on for decades, she said. For Palestinians, simple acts like going to university or practicing sports become a dangerous obstacle course of walls and military checkpoints. For footballers, it means seeing armed Israeli soldiers raid your pitch and arrest, injure, or even kill your teammates. Puma's global brand gives a green light to Israel to continue oppressing Palestinians with no consequences. And Puma says it's committed to human rights. It should therefore end this sponsorship, explained Katab. The backlash is unlikely to have come as a major shock to Puma. Adidas were previously met with similar resistance, taking delivery of a petition containing 16,000 signatures at their Amsterdam offices. Consequently, the brand insisted acting in a politically neutral way and called on football's governing body to offer more decisive guidance in such disputes. We do support and uphold human rights standards and norms, and we've raised with FIFA the need for them to adjudicate on the question of the Israeli settlement teams by following the tenets of international law and their human rights policy, said Adidas in a statement. Boycott Puma continues to gather momentum, and a second day of action took place across the world in 2019, reaching London, where tube operators TfL were forced to remove fly posters they deemed vandalism. And British football is also being targeted. BDS recently claimed victory when Liverpool confirmed plans to swap kit sponsors from New Balance to Nike for 2021, despite concrete interest from Puma. More than 30,000 emails have reportedly been sent to clubs bearing the Leaping Cat logo, including Manchester City, in a bid to highlight the campaign. Meanwhile, tensions between Israel and Palestine are still simmering on the pitch. In September, the Israeli government reportedly cancelled the FIFA Palestine Cup. The match between Gaza's Kadamat Rafah and FC Balata from Nablus in the West Bank was called off for a second time because of an issue with travel permits. The Gazan team were unable to make the short trip into the West Bank after only 5 of their players were granted permission, amid allegations that some had links to terrorism. Now, the winner of the Palestinian National Football Club Championship goes on to represent the country in the AFC Champions League, a qualifier for the FIFA Club World Cup. In a response to questions about the campaign, Puma said they were dedicated to help everyone compete in sports, no matter who they are or where they're from. In a statement released to Tifo, they commented, "Puma supplies the Israeli national teams via a local distribution partner to compete in international competitions. To claim we have any other official connection or association, be it to the Super League or any other Israeli club team, is incorrect. As a brand concerned only with the power that sport has to bring people together, Puma does not support any political direction, political parties, or governments. Our devotion to universal equality is aligned with the fundamental principles of our #Reform platform." The #Reform branding exercise was launched in 2018 to mark the 50th anniversary of Tommy Smith and John Carlos's raised fist Black Power salute at the 1968 Olympics in Mexico.